Sorry, it's dark. I've just come outside. Oh, there you go. That's pretty good. I've got the torch on and it's reflecting light off of something in front of it, so that's good, isn't it? That's pretty good. So I've got this like fluffer. I didn't have this light. I didn't have this idea when doing the thumbnail though. It would have looked spooky. So you could just see my ears like that. But yay, that's a good thing. Seems to be a lot going on today, like loads of cars, loads of people. I'm not really sure what's going on. Sorry about the titles being shit. I have to think of them like last minute and, you know, quickly, because I don't always know what I'm going to stream about or what I'm going to talk about before streaming, so that's why I just do like obvious titles like what I'm wearing or what I'm doing. But you guys know I'm going to be probably talking and showing art and shit and showing my outfits. Oh, look, spooky sky. Looks like a green sky in the camera, but it's actually grey. Spooky sky. I feel like the thumbnail would have been better if it was that, wouldn't it? God, I can hear a load of racket. What's going on? Spooky. Ooh, it's dark and scary and spook. Yeah, I don't have a specific thing to talk about. I should really. Just the usual, really. Like, oh yes, well, people should stop hating fat people. You know, I watched these videos called Better Bachelor, and do you know what he said, right? You know what he said, right? He's one of those MGTOW, like, red pill blokes who basically teaches, it does look ominous, spooky. He teaches men to hate women, basically. Not really, but he doesn't discourage men from being horrible to women who comment on his stuff, or comment on something called Locals or something, where he's on, it's a forum or something. But anyway, he's constantly going on about fat, like how much he hates fat women. Like that is his, like big no-no. If he's one of those MGTOW, means that a man's going his own way, so he's not, you know, actively dating. And it's like, I find that like fatphobic, right? I'd say not really. I mean, if you have a preference for thinner women or men, that's fine. Obviously, it's okay to have a preference. Everybody. I'm not saying it's really fatphobic, but the thing that really bugs me is he reads these profiles, you know, dating profiles, where a woman will say, or even a man will say, I only date Caucasian women or men. Like they're Caucasian, and they'll specify Caucasian to date. And he'll say that's racist, and I'm like, that's not racist. Having a preference for one's own race or any race is not racism. Like, okay, so what if you're a black person, right, and you have a preference to date your own race? Nobody would say they were racist. They say, oh yes, that's perfectly fine, because you know what they call people? They call black people who date white men, or like whatever. They call them race. What was it now? Race traitors or something. I don't know, something like that. It's not that exactly, but it was something similar. Great, thank you, Otto. Mew! It's not very good music. Mew! I've been pretty good today. I'm not in Mew mode, so mew! There you go, that's better. So it's really annoying that he calls people who have a preference for a certain race racist. Because it's not. I mean, like me, I personally am only attracted to my own race. Right? Okay. So I would say to people, don't call me racist, call my loins racist, because I'm only physically attracted, sexually attracted to white people. Like that's what my loins have chosen. So just like, you know, blame my loins or some shit, you know, say they're racist, because it's not like I say, oh well, you know, black people are horrible and other races are horrible, so I don't want to date them. You know, it's not like I'm doing that. That would be racist. Be like, oh, I hate black people, they're horrible and disgusting, you know. I don't know, like if I was to do that, then that would be racist. But to actually have a physical preference for a certain race is not racism. Like I say, if you want to blame anything and call it racist, call the loins racist, because they have this preference. So yeah. But like if someone has a preference for someone with tattoos or without tattoos, or if someone has a preference for, you know, only dating tattooist or whatever, or non-tattooist, it's like, no one blames you for having a preference for other physical qualities. But as soon as you say you only have a preference for your own race or any race, it's like, oh, you're racist. It's like, no, like you can apply that to anything, any preference you can apply that to. It's stupid. Or like, you know, you could say, oh well, you know, you're heightist if like all these women, apparently all these women only want to date 6 foot men and over. Well, that's heightist then. And all these women who go, oh, I don't want to date a man with a beer belly, that's bellyist. So annoying. I think that shit. I get offended at that. So there. And I forgot to, I watched that video last night and I forgot to comment that. Say, well, you're always saying that people with a preference for their own race is racist, so you only having a preference for thin women is fatphobic and sizeist. I forgot to say that. I know they'll be all like, oh, that's different, you can change your body size, but you can't change your race. So that's what, that, if you have a preference for a thing, it's not racist. But if you're going to apply that logic, then you're sizeist or fatphobic because you know, you're like, ew, fat women, ugh. It's like, what if someone doesn't want to change their weight? It's stupid. You can't just apply that logic to everyone. Like, oh, everyone who's fat is automatically going to want to lose weight. Or they should lose weight. And it's like, what if they don't want to? Like, maybe it's their preference. You can't just assume that's because someone's fat that they want to lose weight, you know. They might want to be fat, or they might not mind being fat, you know. Not everybody wants to lose weight. Not everybody in the world. It's a cliche. It might be the usual, but you can't apply it to everybody. Like, apparently there's a state in America where everybody's proud to be fat there. Like, they're quite happy being fat. So, not everybody hates being fat. Not everybody wants to lose weight. It's very rare, but it happens. Okay. Rude. I'm just drinking some Actimel. It's rude. What else was I going to say? Okay. You know that lane person I talked about, that person on... No, I'm not going in. Fuck off. Remind me to, when I monetize my video, this live stream, remind me to put that it's got language in it, because otherwise they'll moan at me saying it's the wrong, have, you know, voted it wrong. The dog is so annoying. It keeps getting in my way and it's really annoying. He's under my feet a lot lately. He's just so pushy. Fuck off. JD, stop going to the wrong way. You can see where I am. Why ram into me? Stay out my goddamn way. Ugh. You can see where I am. Stop being bullheaded. God, it's like a fucking stubborn mule. And I was trying to put all the stuff away and he's just milling around and getting in my way. And of course, when I tell him to move, I was like, leave the dog alone. My mum's like, leave the dog alone. I'm going to kick him up the butt in a minute. Kick him up the butt in a minute. Anyway, as I was saying before, I was so rudely interrupted by the dog. That trans person. I'm going to kick you up the butt. I better not say that because we'll get the RSPC on the freaking ass again. Remember, guys, I'm just joking. I'm not actually going to kick him up the butt. Got to clarify that because of idiots who get offended and take me literally. Because I know the people from around here watch my streams, because I bet it's someone from my streams, you know, from whenever it was that we got reported. 2020, I think. July. I think it was them that probably reported the dog, because, you know, people never see the dog, so they can't possibly know that he has, you know, he had long nails at the time. So it's got to be someone around here that's watching my streams. So just in case, I've got to clarify, I'm not really going to kick him up the butt. We're just joking. she is. She's so freaking soft with him. That me and my mum have. I'm going to apply them to Jeremiah and Daisy, you know, for comics and the book and stuff like that. Like, I'll give you an example. So I picked this recipe for us to have. There was 2 recipes. There was an Amish beef stew, which has real potatoes, and a beef in ale, which is similar, but it has tin potatoes. So I specified I want the beef in ale. Mum, that's the one that has tinned potatoes. And she was like, right. I gave her the recipe. Next day, she's cut up normal potatoes into squares, and I said, no, that's the Amish beef stew one that you're thinking of. And she was like, well, I didn't know that. I didn't know it took tin potatoes. And I said, yes, you do, because I told you yesterday. And she's like, I just throw them away. I'm like, oh, this is the kind of, you know, sort of conversation that would be awesome. Jeremiah and Daisy having, and Jeremiah would just like have a massive go at Daisy for fucking up and then not listening and obeying him. Like, oh, I told you, tin potatoes. How dare you, woman? I'm gonna beat you up now. He's gone stupid and all. Youth, not Jeremiah, the dog. The dog has gone absolutely stupid. I let him back in from being outside for a wee and a poo this morning, and instead of going in the kitchen, he just stood there with his side to the door, like confused. And I'm trying to urge him in the kitchen. He's just like blocking my way. And I was trying to urge him, instead of going in the kitchen where I urged him to go, he fucking went past me and tried to go up the stairs, and he bloody fell into the stairs. And I'm like, get into the fucking kitchen. And he hurt my foot as well. You know that bone on the top of your foot that's got a big massive vein draped over it? It hurts so much. Trying to get him in there, because obviously I didn't really want to touch him with my hands because he stinks to high heaven of dog. And I was going to go back to bed just for a bit. So I didn't really want to stink of dog. So I used my legs to try and usher him in. And it really hurt because I banged my poor bone and vein twice trying to get him into the, well, you know, because he keeps standing on my foot when I'm trying to do it, or I hit his bone and his bone hits my bone, and it's really painful. So it was really annoying. So I really want to go alone again. Or what's going on now? You know, so I didn't really want to, I really wanted to Anyway, tin potatoes is nice in this particular one. We only have real potatoes in the beef and ale, which is not the one I wanted. So Jeremiah would probably yell at Daisy for doing that. Whereas I can't yell at my mum because, you know, she would yell back and then it would be a big argument. So it's like, oh, yeah. But these arguments would actually be pretty good for Jeremiah and Daisy in my comics. Still not going in. Fuck off! And, anyway, so as I was saying, so, that lame person, right, Dear Hyacinthus on, Instagram, who's like a trans male and shit, who dresses like Victorian and shit. I don't know what kind of fashion it is. It's like Victorian. I have no clue. Anyway, so she's finally done it. She's had the top surgery like she wanted. And, you know, she managed to afford it because all her fans donated to her the money to have it done. I don't know how much it ended up being, but from what I saw, they only raised like 1,000 and odd. And I've heard it's like 6,000, but that's just for breast reduction, so I don't really know. But she managed to have it done anyway. She just like had it done recently. Anyway, I've just been looking through her profile, and like, there's 2 things that have pissed me off, right? One is that I've looked through the profile, and before she had top surgery, she already had like really little boobs. So I'm like, why did you bother getting risky surgery for something that seems relatively unnecessary? Because your boobs are already like, she was already virtually flat chested, so I don't actually understand why she wanted top surgery. I mean, she's dead skinny. She's got the tiniest boobs, like even tinier than mine when I was as skinny as her. And I'm like, if I looked like that, I'd be quite happy. It's only people with massive gazungas like me who need them lopping off. If I had tiny boobs like her, I'd be quite happy. I wouldn't bother having the surgery. So So I think it's like unnecessary. So basically a bunch of people have just like donated their hard-earned money. God, you're stupid. You're kidding, right? Yeah. This is 6,000, 8,000. So she paid 8,000 just to have these tiny boobs removed. Like, that's just a waste. But, you know, fine, whatever. You know, you should have it done. But this is what pisses me off. That doesn't really piss me off as much. It's just a little bugbear. You know, whatever. She might watch my stream, so I don't want to get pissed off at me. Because I actually quite like her, so I don't really want her to hate me. If she... So I don't blame her. I just think it's a bit silly to risk your freaking health for unnecessary... Stop it! Unnecessary surgery. But okay. Apparently it went well. She doesn't seem to be suffering, so I'm kind of thinking maybe I should have it done, but my mum doesn't approve anyway, so. And you know, I can't, you know, I don't have time to have it done because while I'm recovering, who's going to look after my mum? So it's all that shit, you know. So I am not even in a position that I could have it done anyway. So yeah. So I do envy that Lane her freedom and courage to get it done. But I'm surgery phobic, and it doesn't help when people like Brad and my mum are saying, oh, it's risky. And Brad's all like, oh, it's gross, and it was painful, and it was horrible and traumatizing, and tubes and draining and yuck, and so now I'm terrified. And now I'm right back to square one when I'm thinking, oh, well, I suppose I have to put up with having boobs down to my ankles. They're seriously out of a bra. They look like old lady boobs. They're horrible. I hate them. Well, not really hate. I'm not going to say hate, but, you know, really despise. So I'm so sad. But, you know, maybe one day I'll have it done. Maybe one day I'll become brave or just, like, risk it anyway. I don't know. And rich. But anyway, so this is the thing that pisses me off. Without further ado. So I created a GoFundMe a few years back for something that was actually a health hazard to be fixed, and that was the mold and damp to be removed. Because I mean, it's really bad. Like, I think when you know people are seeing this and I'm talking about it or whatever at the time, maybe they're just imagining a little tiny bit, like they're showing all these adverts where they say, oh, you have mold in your house, and it's like this tiny little corner. It's like, it's a whole... Everything's ruined. My skin has been suffering for years. Breathing problems. My mum's health, you know, obviously worsened because of it. So it's an actual health hazard that I'm wanting people to donate to have removed. And this was the response I got when I talked about it. Like, I didn't ask people, I don't know exactly how it came up. But this was the response that people gave, and that was, oh, I'm not going to donate for someone to have their house done up. And I'm like, seriously, it's not like I'm having you donate to have the house repainted, or freaking wallpaper put up, or like a new carpet fitted, or a pool freaking installed, or a freaking conservatory installed, or a freaking balcony installed, or a new door or something, you know, just for the hell of it, because, oh, well, we're bored with this door now, so we're just gonna have a new door, like, installed, or, you know, whatever. Like, if it was broken, then that's fine, but, you know, it's not like it's, what's the word, like, you know, vain stuff, aesthetic stuff. It's not like it's just having it revamped or anything. It's actually having something removed that's a health hazard. And people are like, oh, I'm not donating to have someone to have their house redone up. Like, you're kidding me, right? So people are quite willing to donate to somebody to have a cosmetic surgery that is not a health thing at all. You know, it's nothing to do with the person's health improving, because they're not at risk in the first place. Because it's like, well, I can understand if her boobs were huge and she was having a problem and she was asking people to donate because I can't afford it and it's urgent because my back is on the line and my neck's on the line, and, you know, they're giving me breathing problems or whatever, or they're heavy and hard to walk around with them. You know, it's not like it's a real problem because they're already tiny. Right? But it's like, you know... You know, so I can understand that, but, like, you know, it's just, like, seemed unnecessary, and she should have really, like, saved up and paid for it herself. and people shouldn't have donated, I don't think. So it's like annoying that she has people willing to pay for unnecessary cosmetic surgery while I just get people saying, oh, not to... complaining about an actual health hazard being removed. Yeah, okay, mate. So what does it take for people to want to donate? You have to be... Right, let's get in. I just wanted to stay out because I wanted to talk. Of course, I'm not going to be able to talk now, as you guys know. So, sorry about that. But real quick, I have found a cheap breast reduction cream. And if any of you want to buy that for me for Christmas, I would be really happy. It's 30 odd quid. Remember I said the other pot was like 60 quid? Well, this one's 30 quid. So I think that's reasonable. I tried to buy it myself, but it wouldn't let me. Because now that, even though before my PayPal allowed me to buy stuff online, but not stuff in real life. Where has it gone? Now it won't let me buy stuff online either. So it's becoming a real problem. They just keep me on hold. I can't get it sorted out because it just keeps me on hold. So there's no point. So I've just got money in PayPal that I can't use. So if you guys want to donate to me in future, or want a video or a commission for art, preferably that. So I'm trying to get away from the belly stuff now and focus predominantly on normal stuff, my art. I'd rather make a living from my art rather than prostitution, as my mum would call it. My mum says it's akin to that sort of thing, porn and prostitution, doing this belly stuff. So I'm like, But anyway, so I've got this slave son. He's my son and he's my slave. And he's going to give me his PayPal account. And he actually wants me to lock him out of it, so I'm going to do that. So I'm going to have a new PayPal, so hopefully. Just remind me to change it from on the Patreon as well, because the money's going to my PayPal still. So I don't know how I'm going to get my money when these PayPal cunts are not exactly freaking... I mean, the initial person responds dead quick, you know, they pick up the phone, but then they put me on hold to be passed through to someone else, and that's when it never gets picked up. Just like with the police. That happens with the police. On the, you know, the 111, is it? Or 101? Whichever it is. You get through quickly to the initial person, but then the actual person that you need to speak to, you wait for hours and hours and hours on end. So it's like that with PayPal as well. It's really annoying. Putting this in now. I'm assuming so. Whatever it is, I'm not giving it for free. Now, how much this shit? I'm just going to do 10 minutes because I have no clue. So, yeah, so either bank details I'll have to give someone, or if this guy ever gives me his PayPal, I will use that one. Okay. Although, even if I use this other guy's PayPal, that PayPal's still going to want my credit card details and my fucking bank details. And then it's going to want me to verify it. And I can't verify it, which is why I'm struggling to get my money in the first place. They keep asking me to just get a code from my bank statement. They'll charge me £1 just so I can get a code. And they say we'll refund you once you've verified. But when I try to do that, I can't get a statement. There is no statement. I've been on the website. There is no statements. And I've asked, you know, I called the bank and they said there is no statements either from PayPal with the £1. So they've charged me a bunch of £1, which I can never get back now as well. So I don't know exactly how you do it. So I'm just gonna freaking have to give people my bank details so they can put money in there. I've done it before. It's perfectly safe. That Simon told me that people can put money in, but they can't take money out. So he's assured me that it's safe. So I will. There's always problems. Like I say, I always have problems with it. I don't know why people like technology. There's always problems with it. And I don't know about anybody else, but it's never simple to get it fixed. It's always I have to do a bunch of stuff where I have to call someone to help. Because they always say, oh, follow these simple steps to do this and that. And it's like I try and follow the steps, but it always takes me somewhere where I can't follow that step for some reason or another. Because it doesn't exist or it's not there or whatever. And it's like, but it keeps wanting me to get some kind of code, but then it wants me to do the password thing. So it was switching between the password thing and the code thing. So it's like, well, what do you want from me then? So you need a code to get a password change, and you need a password change to get a code. It's like, you know, you can't win. See, it's just your sort code and account number. Yeah, that's right. I'm not giving them my freaking full card number or anything. So basically, I give up on PayPal. So I guess they've got my money held against my will in a PayPal account. Now I can never get it. So now I need another way to get more money in some other, well, my bank account preferably. Like I say, it'll just be the same thing. Even if I get a new PayPal account, they'll just want my bank details and they'll want me to verify it, and I still won't be able to do it. So it's like, you know, I'd rather just fuck all this other stupid shit and go back to the old-fashioned ways. If I had my way, I'd just have like cash on me and cash in the house. Like, fuck all this shit, you know. I like simple, easy, old-fashioned Victorian shit and use real life things. I'm slowly but surely leaving technology behind and going back to the old ways. I don't use my phone as often as I used to now. I very rarely watch the television. Very rarely really use a computer. I mean, people rave about it and like, oh, it's so easy to get famous now, and oh, it's easy to get yourself out there because of social media. And it's like, well, I haven't had any luck with it. I've been on social media for 20 years because I'm so old, and I haven't gained any fame or fortune or nothing. For my art, for myself, for my talents, I've got like a small margin of fame. Like, I've only got 2,000 subscribers now because everyone's fucked off. I had like 3,000 and odd subscribers. Now I'm down to 2,000 because all these disloyal idiots have abandoned me. Very rude. Very rude. So it's like, I think it's hard. So unless you, for me personally, unless I'm gaining weight, nobody's really that interested. So I don't know how all these kids, you know, rough art. Alright, you quite finished fucking about now? Am I allowed to sit down? I'll probably sit down and Mum will come in and go, oh, you shut down, you're not doing any work. There's like kids like 10, they're like famous already, and I'm like, I've been at it for 30 years. Not really 30 years, but it sounds more dramatic. I've been at it for 30 years and I've still not got any fame and fortune. How very dare you, who's only been on social media for 2 minutes, get more famous than me. And for even fewer talent than I. Because I've got my art that's brilliant, yeah, like, And I get absolutely fuck all opportunities. I may as well just not have any kind of technology or any kind of social media for as much success as it's brought me. You know what I mean? And people are all like, oh, it's not marketed very well. I'm like, well, I don't see how else I can market it. I've tried everything. I've tried flyers, I've tried business cards, I've tried websites, I've tried blogs. blogs. I've tried Fur Affinity, I've tried DeviantArt, I've got, how many freaking Facebook pages for my art have I got now? 10. I'm going to say pages, I mean I've got Don Lino Castorelli advertising my art whenever he can. I got Jeremiah Fishbarker. Go follow him as well on Facebook. It's with an O, not an E, Jeremiah. He's good, like, promoting it. So I've got other people promoting my artwork too. I've asked other people and people who have commissioned me in the past, few and far between. So I don't think it's a success because I get commissioned like once a year if I'm lucky. But they, advertise it. They put it as their profile pictures or whatever. I've got 2 art pages on Facebook, proper ones, which I've had to disadvertise now because the local people have found it, and that's how they've found out about my YouTube channel, because it was a similar title. I'm going to rename it, but I don't know which to rename though. I'll rename that. But I'm not going to tell y'all what it is because, like I say, the local thine enemies are watching my channel, so I'm not going to tell them what it is. Because I've got to be top secret now. Not give out any information at all. Since how being spied on by God knows who. One of these days, hopefully, I'll find out who's fecking spying on me. In fact, I spoke to one of the local people. And she said she saw one of the live streams, the one where that boy spit in my face on the main road. And I'm like, so you're watching my YouTube channel? For all I know, it's her. And she was like, ew, it's awful, you're getting harassed by those kids and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, but you're one of them. Joined in, she was kind of with them. I'm not going to say her name because I'm sure I'll be like reported or whatever again. We're like, oh, I'm going to sue you and I'm going to do this and like MC and shit. Like, I'm going to report you, get my lawyer involved. For freaking video. Stupid. It really is like the trauma. So she said, oh, Kat, I don't know how you stood it all these years. I would have gone mad if it was me. And I'm like, yeah, we did. We done gone mad. Because, like, my mum had a heart attack and shit, so. Ugh. Those family fluffer drawings are really cute and fluffy. Yeah. So go on. So I think I'm marketing my artwork fine. I've even paid. I actually paid because I thought, oh, maybe it's because I'm not paying to have it seen by more people. So I decided to pay for it, seeing as how I had money at the time. I had savings. So I decided to pay for advertisement in the Glossop and something. Glossop and something, a place where I don't know. I know Glossop. But a Glossop magazine, which reaches more households than the one, for my area. Glossop is nearby, but it's not really where I live. But anyway, so I advertised in the Glossop one because, thank you, it goes to more households, and it was cheaper. It was cheaper to have that advertisement for more copies to be printed and go to more homes than it is for my area where fewer printed and go to fewer homes. So I thought, oh, brilliant. So, and two, people in Glossop are rich because Glossop is like the posh area in, Manchester. You know how common it is. Northerners. Oh, how common. Well, Glossop is like the posh area, so rich people. So I thought, oh yes, I'll target rich people because they'll be like, quite willing to pay money for frivolous things like art. So like I thought, win-win-win. So so I paid for advertisement. Did I get any takers? Nah, not got one commission from doing that. Say, what the fuck is this? Because it's furry art. It showed like a picture of Jeremiah with his foot hanging out. Actually, I think I was supposed to do. I don't know what it was. Shit, it's supposed to be grill or what's it supposed to be? Oh no, she'd put it away. Oh great, I don't know what it was now to do the other side. Presuming it was grilled because it's cheese. Anyway, so I just got idiots saying, what the fuck is this? And someone saying, somebody messaged me especially to say, have you ever thought about incinerating your art? Basically implying that it was shit. So they were the 2 that I got, in response to my advert on Facebook. And I got a bunch of people going, hi. And then I say, oh, hi, do you want a commission? Do you want the art? And they were like, nothing, no response. So annoying. So yeah. So that's what all my freaking marketing has got me. It's so annoying. Feeling sad that you didn't get any supporters reminds me of home. It's very nice up there. Derby Dixture. Yay. Mistake. Floofy art. I'll show you some Fluffer Puffer art in a minute. I got some family pictures, but one of them's upstairs, so I can't show you. It's quite sad. Fluffer Puffers. What's cracking from the US? Gotta be fashion design. You know what? I was gonna become a fashion designer, but my mum bought me this book. I was 16, right? And I thought, oh, I'm gonna become a fashion designer. And whenever I decided upon a career back then, it was always in some way I was going to change something. So back then when I was 16, I absolutely detested the fashion of the time, which was tracksuits, t-shirts and jeans. I hated that. Everyone wore that kind of shit and I thought it looked so scruffy. And like hoodies and sweatpants. Ugh. Everybody dresses so scruffily. I thought, if I become a fashion designer, maybe I could change the face of fashion. And what I wanted to do, I wanted to bring back the Victorian fashion because I think that's the best fashion ever. Like fashions from the past do keep coming back, but it's always rubbish fashion, like from the 70s, 80s, 90s. Usually the bad stuff, like fucking bell bottoms and freaking baggy fucking denim shit from the 90s. Looks shit. So why are you bringing back the shit fashion? Connecting in. I can draw, and I also want. So I thought, oh, I'll become a fashion designer. So my mum bought me this big, massive fashion designer book of everything it takes to become a fashion designer. I probably read like 5 pages of it. I thought, nah, that's not for me. It seemed like such hard work, and I wanted an easy job. I just thought, oh, I'll just be drawing. Like, oh, I'll just sit here and draw all day. Oh, draw lovely Victorian clothes. And then be like, right, you make that. And, give it to like a seamstress to make. And then I'd be like, right, you do everything for me. You sell it and what have you. I thought all my job was to do was draw. That's why I wanted to become a fashion designer, because I thought, oh, dead easy. I just draw for a living. It's like so easy. I get my fashion out there. It's like, but when I read it, it's like, it was years ago when I read it, but I remember what you had to do. I've lost the book. It's still up there somewhere. I'll find it one of these days and I'm going to read it to you guys. You have to go to these networking parties. I thought, I can't do that. No way, my mum's going to drive me all the way up to London where they do all these fucking networking parties. I thought, I don't know how to fucking network. I'm shy as fuck. I thought, oh, I'll just be sitting in my mum's basement drawing and just be like sending it off to some fashion maker, dressmaker. That's what I thought I was going to be doing. I didn't think I was going to have to socialize with people and talk to people. So not only that, so you have to network. So I don't know how to do that. And then apparently the other thing you have to do is you have to make the clothes. Me. I thought, I can't make clothes. I know fuck all about making clothes. I'm not a dressmaker. I don't have an interest in making clothes myself. My grandma did. Like, if she was still alive, she could help me do this fashion designing shit, because, she could dress make, I could draw, I could just draw the clothes, she could make them. We'd be a great team. And my mum can sew and mend. So she doesn't have an interest in dressmaking, but she could do all the basics for mending clothes and stuff. And it said, oh, you have to go around markets and choose materials that you want your clothes made in. I thought, I know fuck all about materials. The only materials I knew when I was like 16 was silk, satin, velvet, and velour. That was fuck all what I knew. I know more now. Like, I know cotton and polyester and some other stuff, like how, because there's loads of, like, velour and velvet are very similar, so I wouldn't know the difference between the two. I mean, maybe I would, I don't really know. Silk and satin, wouldn't know. I don't know fuck all about materials, and also I had no clue what I wanted all I knew what I wanted was the design. Back then, all I knew was I wanted it, dresses that stuck out. Like, just make dresses that stick out. There you go. I had no clue what the hell material to have them made in. And it wasn't just going to be Victorian, because obviously it has to be, you know, if you're going to be a fashion designer, it has to be something new. So I thought, I'm going to combine modern stuff with Victorian. So it's going to be like shorter Victorian dresses. Now I realise there's already such a thing called Lolita, but they were going to be like more sporty, so more modern. So it would be done in like polyester or whatever. So dresses in polyester or whatever, and there'd be like hoodies. So the top half would be like a sporty hoodie, like it would look like Adidas sort of style, being black or grey with like stripes going down, whatever, and like cords and hood and shit, you know, all that sort of thing. So the top half of the dress would be a hoodie, and then the bottom would be like sticky out with the same material, but it would stick out. I thought, oh, that'd be awesome, but it would have pockets. Because I've noticed one of the things is, for some unknown reason, people in fashion have decided women don't need pockets. Let's not give women pockets. And I think that's stupid, because women do use pockets and need pockets. They like to carry shit around too. And no, we don't like to carry a handbag around all the time. And no, we don't carry a handbag around the house. So we need pockets for around the house too, duh. So it's like so stupid, because people have said, oh, women don't need pockets because they've got handbags. And I'm like, so you think that women just carry around a handbag around their house all day? Is that what you think women do? Right. Okay then. Or you think, oh, I'm just going to nip to the corner shop. They want to carry a big old handbag with them everywhere. Or, you know, maybe I just want to carry my phone around. Or a bit of money, like blokes do. Sometimes women want to just do that. So pockets would be great. I know in the Victorian era they had pockets. Victorian dresses had pockets. It was very useful. Pockets are useful. It's finished reconnecting, of course. From running those adverts, do you know what's critical here? Those art critics seem to be self-centered snobs. Old fashioned is probably good old years. They can remanufacture the Victorians because their new techniques are rubbish. Underneath the pile of it, yeah, the materials are rubbish. Fashion has become cheaper than rubbish shit. Definitely. It's not about mingling and marking up to the tops. Yeah, I guess do all of that. I know. All the clothes were meant to last. Maybe I just don't have the know-how for this stuff. I don't know. Obviously, younger people now with this generation know all about this, you know, how to back themselves. I have no clue. It's not lazy as shit anyway. Generations, because they were meant to last. Little tweet. This is why people go to college and university to learn things. Using the internet, reading at a library, but if you want 2 degrees, then you need to go to school. Hardly degrees mean nothing. This is it though, they want you to buy the bags. You're all echoing, using for storing things. That doesn't always work very well. Plus, if you've got a fully buttoned up thing, you can't easily get in and out of it to get it, so that wouldn't be very practical at all. Okay, hopefully you can see this. Well, for those who haven't seen it yet, that one. And this one who haven't seen it yet. Anyone who has not seen it yet. So it's one of two things. Either my art isn't good enough for people to commission and want to spend good money on, and it's rubbish, or the universe is telling me I'm just not meant to be successful. I'm not meant to get money. And I'm supposed to just remain poor forever. Covers. Look, it's all floors, so it's normal. And this one. I did the day before yesterday, I didn't do any art at all, so I made up for it by doing about 3 arts yesterday. That's Jeremiah head on, because I haven't done one of those yet. I was going to have his hands behind his back, but I decided I wanted to be just like standing there, so you could see the full stuff. So he's just wearing a waistcoat this time instead of a jacket. I think it's very handsome and sexy. It's not evil and shit. Sexy, but Jeremiah looks handsome. he does. Stop it. So it's not really Fluffers, but he kind of looks like Fluffers. I got this from an idea that when it was freezing cold, Jeremiah and Lino were at the table eating pizza. And Lino fluffed up at the table. So I thought I'd do Jeremiah all fluffed up at the table eating pizza on a cold day. Look at, isn't he handsome and cute? Look at the paws, look at the furuffa puffer paws. Flufferuffa puffer paws. And the other one I did is upstairs, but here's the one here. Fluffer pufferuffa puffer paws. Trying to improve my paws. I do have another idea of a drawing. People have been this is a comic, but I didn't really mean to do that. So anyone who hasn't seen it, I'm just gonna do that. Where is that thing I was using? Because I can't keep using my finger because it's just like this. It is too much. Get away. Fuck off, tissue. For those who haven't seen it, this is Jeremiah. Isn't he handsome and sexy? I need a guy like that in real life. Brad, when are you going to get your friend up here? Brad said he has a friend who looks like Jeremiah. He needs to get him up here. Yeah, it's a realistic wolf. Seeing its paws. I can't draw feet for shit, so just did that. Eddie Hansen. That's his daughter, family picture. I did another one, but I think I made her too big. I like the Jeremiah and daughter portrait. I'm gonna do more of those. I don't know when he'd be able to come. Okay. That's great. I can't wait. So cute. So cute. So people said I'm just not marketed very good or something. They're like, well, I've done everything. How else would you suggest I market myself then? I'm already I'm already showing my art everywhere I can think of. He has a long snoot, unlike the dude you shared in the group. Jeremiah is blind in one eye, yes. Yes. Like I say, we're thinking of taking his eye out and putting a glass eye in so he can take it out and freak people out. He's even talking about storing stuff in the socket that's gonna be complete. Uh-oh. Prepare to be yelled at.
Done yet?
Yeah.
Oh, why haven't I done it?
I don't know.
I love Clarkson too. You should listen to it. But it's very funny.
Okay.
It tells you all the idiocy that's going on in the world.
Yes.
Like all the lesbians in the shows.
Lesbian shows.
Something that he'd already watched, but it's like a
Soft.
I presume, you know, now it's called gas. I can't remember.
That's useful.
Lesbians, you can go.
Which?
Programs.
Yeah, silly, isn't it? Silly, isn't it?
You put the plates on.
No.
That's just done, is it?
Oh, I forgot about the veg. I'm sure we didn't have veg with it before.
Yes, we did. It says on here. Well, look at it. Don't
I don't want veg with this. I'm sure it'll be fine without.
No!
Oh, God.
Have veg with it. I said to you, you're in charge. Thursday. You're going to have to stop thinking about you and focus on people, i.e. me.
Oh, man, I don't want pasta with this. Veg with this anyway.
Veg goes with it.
It's turned off. Why have you turned it off then if you wanted
Because
it?
I thought the veg. Hey, don't you start on me, lady.
So you've just done this now?
I said to you, yes, just now because I thought
right.
the veg was done.
All right, okay.
I said to you before you went out there, you're in charge of pasta and veg. So far, you've not even been in charge of veg, pasta. I had to do that. And now, no veg. It has to go. Where is it? Right here. Oh. Serve with veg. And we did it last time.
I don't remember that.
Not a lot of veg, but veg, because it fills it out. It's winter.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I'm doing my cooking. I think everything's about you, and nothing about anybody else. I've sat around for 3 hours, the longest 3 hours ever. And now I'm hanging around for my bloody dinner that should have been served up hours ago. To talk about mental health, you should fucking live with you. Then they'd know what fucking mental fucking health was.
Mhm.
Do my friggin' head in, Kirsty, you really do.
You would screw up somehow.
Fed up with it. Well, it's nobody else's problem but yours, Kirsty. You're the one that screws it up.
I'm sure we've never had veg with this.
We had veg with it, Kirsty. I wouldn't have said it if it wasn't true. I am also, Kirsty, not a liar. Don't say things just for the hell of it. If you're doing this and then blaming me for it, you'll barely have anything to eat. You have veg. You have to have veg with it. It'll take fucking forever. God, turkey, you man. Bleeding head in. Tired.
Right, I'm gonna go and get changed then.
No, the turkey has to be 3 hours now shopping. Sometimes 4.
Now she's going on about the amount of time we go out. Why's the light gone out? Oh, I see.
Wouldn't listen to anything. Obviously listen to something.
Listen to something.
But I don't give a shit for science then.
I don't give a shit, society.
I'm tired. You should not realise how tired I am.
Oh, God. What is she saying? I better hurry because it'll thingy. How come she thinks you're gone? She thinks, where have you gone? Run away. There would be animated series on those cute fluffer-puffers. I think kids would love it. I do think kids would love my cute fluffer-puffers. Just whinging as normal. I think she's stopped now, so better stop in a minute. Anyway, I saw somebody said, "Oh, you don't do any belly stuff anymore," and I'm like, "Oh, I've already mentioned it about 1,000,000 times probably in my streams." But no, I don't do belly stuff anymore unless you pay me. I'll become a Patreon. Anyway, you guys haven't gotten to see my outfit, so I'm going to try and show you here. I'm wearing like a suit type thing with these like grey fluffy leggings, which you can't see very well because the light's shit. I'm wearing my tail. I like these grey leggings that are very fluffy and warm for winter, and these boots. I've got some pictures which I'll put on Instagram. And that's with the scarf and that's without. So this top is that thing that's kind of, it's like I think Americans call it a sweater vest or something. It's like a two-piece. It's got like a shirt bit, and then it's got like this sweater vest thing built in. I don't know what they're called here. I think my mum said they were called tank tops, but to me a tank top is something that basketball players wear. But these are like these woolly things that are like waistcoats. I'm just going to check to make sure I've got warmth in my bedroom before I continue. Great, it's missed all of that what I've said. Anyway, so all this time it hasn't been warming up my bedroom. Fluffer for puffer. I think kids would love it too. I don't really have any too much stories for the Fruffer Puffers though yet, so I'm not really sure I can make it into a book. I'm not really a writer of children's books. Said about it. It's really annoying because, you know, I told them I just do art and stuff now, and I show off my outfits and do cosplay stuff. Why can't I just be popular for that? Like other people. I know other people who are popular for that. Also, when I show off my outfits and costumes, people go on about, for some reason, they say, do I make my costumes and clothes? I'm like, no, why do you keep asking me this? What makes you think this? I said I not make clothes.
Did you get the bed now?
Yes! Oh, right, now we're going to get changed at this rate. I'll have to get changed in about a couple of million more hours time then. Ugh. I have to so he can hear bloody anything I say. Carrots, with half a can of carrots. Why have they bloody gone? Oh God. I'm getting paranoid now. Oh, great! It's gone everywhere. I'm going to clean this all up now. Oh, the corn has gone fucking everywhere. This will take me a good while then to clear all the corn up. Hell. Why does everything go wrong? God, I wish I had my own house and my own people to yell at and scream at. Someone to wait on me hand and foot. Sick of this. Feel like I got way too much expected of me. Got to be perfect. Got to be Wonder Woman. Got to be Superman. Got to remember every little thing. Got to do every little thing. Taking the piss indeed. Just because she was perfect in her youth, she expects me to be and all. I was so adopted. When am I going to find my real parents? You know, the ones that ain't going to yell and scream at me. And someone who ain't disabled. Someone's going to look after me for a change. And a dad that's actually in my life and bothers with me would be nice as well. Yay! Well, there's not going to be much veg, really. It's hardly worth it, really. Isn't barely anything, like 2 broccolis, that's it. But I'll have to wait longer for something that's going to take 10 minutes to cook and there's like 2 mouthfuls of it, then that's their own freaking problem. Right, I better not leave that there because she's just going to come in and say, oh, you live stream. I'm going to hide it here, but whether it'll stay connected, that's another matter. Oh, I need it, don't I, for the light? Yep. Oh, I should have gotten some tin potatoes. I didn't pay to have any. Because Swanee was more potatoes. Oh, damn it. But yesterday was it. Goodbye now. Oh, well. That's just me in trouble some more then. The hell? Was he zoomed in or something? Yeah, I'll just give it all to her or something. I'll just have something later. If she thinks it's not going to be a lot and it's going to be 2 mouthfuls, and so be it. I'll just eat later. Yeah, I'll give it all to her. That's a good idea. Alright, I'm going to stop this. I'm going to charge it up. And I'm going to get changed. But I'm going to show you the outfit real quick, like better, because, you know, lighting's better down here and the angles are better as well. Look, it's stopping this. There you go. And don't forget to support me. See you later.